As is customary at this time, we begin with our legal obligation of reading to you a disclaimer as we get ready to present to you some very powerful information. So listen up, folk. The statements that will be presented have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. The products discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The information is intended for general information purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment of disease. With regard to the testimonials, we want to remind you that no one has been compensated for giving a testimonial. All testimonials are the opinions of the persons providing them, and we should remind you that all results may not be the same. Each person is different, the bodies are different, and the application of the technology will be different as well. So please govern that. Results according to that. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we begin another session of very interesting news about a powerful technology that is taking the world by storm. Have you heard about the new kid on the block? The one that's sending shock waves throughout the health and wellness industry? Have you heard about the revolutionary technology that's turning medicine and medical science upside down and inside out? Have you heard how over the last 3 years, the blind have received sight, the lame walk, leprosy or skin disease has been cured, the deaf hear, the half dead or near dead have been raised, and the gospel of financial salvation has been preached to the poor? Paraphrase from the Holy Bible, Matthew chapter 11, verses 4 through 6. But according to my sources, it pretty well sums up the impact of the amazing technology that we are talking about this evening. In fact, many are now describing this phenomenon as miracle medicine, wonder drug. And to be clear, the creators and founders unabashedly proclaim that their technology is of divine origin. But that's not all. People are referring to this new technology as miracle medicine, wonder drug, super lotion, magic potion and lotion that's fixing all manner of diseases and threatening to put big pharma and doctors out of business. You heard me right, folks. This new kid on the block has shifted the paradigm and changed the game. In the health and wellness industry and in medical science, they are astounded because this company's all-natural alternative to medication, steroids, statin drugs, or diuretics has no reported harmful side effects. You heard me correct, folks. And the company states that the revolutionary XDS products are so profoundly effective that the improvements people are reporting are sometimes indistinguishable from miracles. Doesn't that sound like divine intervention to you? It surely does to me. Hello again, everybody. Do you know why most people suffer from diseases and the pain that usually accompanies them? Do you know why many people age horribly, losing their vitality, their mobility, their dignity, and their independence? The answer to both questions is wrapped up in one big word: mitochondria. Do you know how both problems, both health challenges, have been fixed, have been solved? The answer is that same big word: mitochondria. So, have you heard about mitochondria? Well, for further information about this amazing technology and this dramatic new company, I'm going to turn now to our key presenter. This person I will present to some of you and introduce to others of you. He's someone I've gotten to know quite well recently. In fact, he is the one who introduced me to this amazing opportunity to help save the Caribbean and to help save the world. Yes, folks, it's nothing short of divine intervention. So I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, the indefatigable, the inimitable, the loquacious, highly intelligent, very much educated, and very jokey leader of the Caribbean Connection, the great Dr. Clive Campbell. Doctor, take it away.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Major. You're kind. I appreciate your kind introduction and starting this program. Ladies and gentlemen, from near and far, a pleasant good night to you. Some might be saying good morning to some persons according to where you are. Good evening to some. But we thank you for being here. In particular, I think I'm seeing Lady Vanessa Lawrence. She's the person that introduced me to this amazing technology. I'm hoping that she'll be able to be here somewhere in between that she can say something just after I present. But thank you for being here, Lady Vanessa. Thank you for being here, all and sundry special guests. We thank you for being here. If you have not heard about the mitochondria a lot, then you're at the right place at the right time. And you're going to be wondering why all this buzz? Why all this buzz about the mitochondria? Hope you'll get some information here today. So bless you. So ladies and gentlemen, your body is the only legal document you have to be on this planet and to remain on this planet. The day you lose your legal document is the day that you lose your privilege to be here. So we are saying to you tonight, take care of your legal documents as much as possible. Don't be careless with your legal document. Take care of your legal document. Secure it and protect it as best as you can. The responsibility, ladies and gentlemen, of taking this legacy of the company Mito, let it be yours to take it to your family, to take it to your friends, to take it too near, take it far, to those who are hurting or those who prefer not to hurt in the first place. For those who are healthy, so to speak, healthy, and for those who are so sick. In Jamaican parlance, we say, may have all kind of molly gripe and fluxy complaints. That suggests that you have a lot going down. And some people's medicine cabinet in their home is like one of those big pharmacies in Walgreens and things of that are competing with them because they're just so sick and they're not getting better. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we challenge you to take responsibility for your family in getting this information about Mito, to break the curse, or to break the malady that runs through your family. We suggest to you to look at this opportunity as your passport to health and your visa to financial freedom. We encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, look beyond. Something more for 2024 using more Mito. So we ask you, that little boy that get the asthma attacks, look out for him. Because every time he gets the asthma attack, he feel like he's going to die. That little girl that when her period come each month, that serious dysmenorrhea, she's imprisoned, not for 5 and 6 days, but sometimes a week and 2 and 3 weeks, if so much. But her life is upside down. And she's crying out for help. Is there any help? Is there any hope? She's on the strongest medication and still her life is interrupted. What about that man that the doctor told has prostate-related issues, high PSA levels, damaged prostate cancer, and he can't even go home to tell his wife that doctors told him he has 3 months to 6 months. He can't tell his family. He can't tell his wife. He can't tell his children and grandchildren. And he's there with it alone, but he needs hope. He needs help. Hey, be the one to give him that hope. Or that woman who has fibroids, hormonal imbalances, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and so many other women type gynecological type things, something going on in her womb and she's not sure. And doctors are suggesting the removal of her womb because of the type of cancer that she has. And she has that as a burden to live with. What if we can reach her in time and give her a new scope of hope to cope? Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the era of the mitochondria. Forgive me if I make mistakes sometimes I say the microbiome, but I try to concentrate and say it because I will contrast sometimes both the microbiome and the mitochondria and tell you the relationship between both of them. But the mitochondria is our focus. The mitochondria is responsible for the trillions and trillions and trillions of chemical reactions going on in your body every single second to provide the power and the fuel for every aspect of your life. But it has been broken. It has been broken. We are experiencing a dimming of the light of our mitochondria to the detriment of mankind. Mankind has never been so sick, even though we have been so medicated, overly doctored, overly fed, but malnourished, and our mitochondria is crying out, is crying out. There's an assault of the modern day life on the human body, and we need to fix it. There's a mitochondrial dysfunction that is going on, a mitochondrial disease. But we thank God, because of more mito, we can be under new management. Have you ever gone to an establishment you have gone to all the while, and you see a new sign under new management, and they are suggesting that things are going to be different around here? Better service, improved service, matter special prices and conveniences for you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have never utilized the power of the mitochondria to cause your health to be restored and to be rejuvenated, it's an invitation for you to understand that you have powerful organelles in your body, the mitochondria, and now we have found a way through the mito to utilize this tremendous power. We are going to be looking at the resume of the mitochondria in part. We can't even cover the entire thing because the mitochondria performs 500 different functions in the human body. So we can't look at all of them tonight. We're just going to look at a few of these functions. The mitochondria that provides the fire, provides the light, the flame, the current, the resilience of the cell is provided by the mitochondria, and it performs critical life-saving functions. Now, after God gives you life, He gives you the mitochondria to sustain your life. It is the most important organelle in the body. You have life, it has to be sustained and maintained. What did God give to you to do that? The amazing, beautiful, wonderful, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious mitochondria, ladies and gentlemen. It is the unsung hero of the body. And we are going to tell you a lot about it because it powers every single thing inside of your body. You can't wink, blink, or even start to think without the power of the mitochondria empowering every single function in your body. So we're going to look at some of the functions of the mitochondria in terms of making your energy. It makes your energy for you to carry out all the function of your 12 organ systems in your body. The mitochondria powers your brain. 100 billion brain cells is powered by the mitochondria. It powers your heart. Has to beat 100,000 times today to pump your 6 quarts of blood 1,000 times through your body. What is driving that powerful engine of your heart? The powerful mitochondria. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the powerful mitochondria. It powers your lungs. It powers every single thing. Every time you move, every time you run, every time you eat, it is the mitochondria that gives you the energy. One of the things I want us to look at is how intelligent the mitochondria is. You are living in a super intelligent body. Why am I saying that? 100 billion brain cells, your neurons. That's intelligence. 100 trillion with a T microbes called the microbiome that lives primarily in your gut, on your skin, every part of the body, and even surround you like a cloud. the microbiome, 6 pounds of it, a zoo of bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa, archaea, and parasite makes up what they call collectively the umbrella term, the microbiome. You walk around with a zoo, and many of us were not told that, and they tell us that we are sterile. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, ain't no white pretty poodle around here. We are more like Dalmatians. We come with spots. 6 pounds of microscopic organisms all over your body. So the brain, the microbiome, and now the mitochondria. That even though the human cell has a nuclear DNA, the nucleus, it is the mitochondria DNA that runs the human body. The intelligence of the mitochondria, that triple intelligence. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is why you cannot eat food that is made in a plant. You have to eat God's food that is grown on a plant. Wow. I hope you make the distinction. Because food that is grown on a plant is intelligent, while food that is made in a plant lacks intelligence. It's refined, acidic process that makes it poisonous, inflammatory, and nutrient lacking. That is why Bob Marley says when you eat a lot of them food there, your belly full, but you're still hungry. The body's saying, yes, your belly full of your belly, but where is the nutrient to power the human body? So God designed the plants and the herbs for the healing of the nation. The plants and the herb come to the human body, and the plant kingdom communicates with the human cell. The only organelle that has the collateral, the integrity, the skill, and the intelligence to interpret the language of the plant kingdom is the mitochondria. The mitochondria identifies the information, the instructions, the data, and the code that is in real food. Fake food does not have good information. It corrupts the human body and puts it in a quandary and confuses the mitochondria because those chemicals are unknown. Fake, man-made chemicals look like food, smell like food, taste like food, but it ain't no food. And the mitochondria rejects that and is looking for real food. Ladies and gentlemen, that is why food is wrong, because food cannot communicate. Today's food that are packaged, fried, overcooked, microwaved is of no use to the human body. It only satisfies your taste bud. But grandma would say, what sweet nanny goat I go run in belly. What caused you to end up in the operating theater in the hospital start right there in the dining room. So from the dining room, dining table to the hospital table, surgery and surgeons continue open because that the food is wrong. If diet is wrong, medicine is of no use. If diet is right, medicine is not needed. The masters have told us. So ladies and gentlemen, we need to eat right food around here so that the cells in our body can be nourished. And the mitochondria has good, real food. And the thing about it, that is why medicine can't work. The body does not recognize the chemical compositions that man put together to operate inside of the cell. It is not intelligent enough for your triple intelligent body. We are not nearly intelligent enough as men to make medicine for the body. And that is why we have side effects. Because there's riot and rebellion. When you try to get the mitochondria to interpret that, it's chaos and mayhem. It's a storm. It's turmoil. And it cannot work. And as a matter of fact, not only that the codes are wrong and it cannot work, is that the pharmaceutical products damage the mitochondria. And that is why many of us tonight are experiencing mitochondrial failure. Damaged mitochondria. A damaged mitochondria is a dangerous mitochondria. It does not work well. and spits out ton loads of free radical, reactive oxygen species that creates problem and damage inside of the cell. The medicine is not right because the body cannot interpret it. The body cannot use it, and it confuses the body, but kill them guys there. They insist on giving us their medicine. And many of us are as sick as the amount of medications that we have taken 10, 20, 15, 20, 30, 40 years on medication. And people still say, why I feel sick like brother dog and them 10 cousins them when I take them medication. Because the right food, according to Hippocrates, let food be your medicine and let your medicine be your food. Food is it at. Food is where it's at. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just take the minute. I took the time to explain that. So, it only the mitochondria can interpret the language of the plant kingdom. It is a communication manager within the cells. I'm going to move on. It works in conjunction with the microbiome. The mitochondria works in conjunction with the microbiome, and the microbiome works in conjunction with the brain. I don't know how many of us are familiar with the fact that the human body has more than one brain. Your doctor may not have told you, even though you may be going to your doctor for 30 or 40 years. The body has, as a matter of fact, 3 brains. Brain number 1 in the cranium, that's a thinking brain. Brain number 2, the brain in your gut, 39 trillion microscopic organisms living inside the last 5 feet of your gut is called the colon. The microbiome, they call it your second brain. That is your sensing brain. It senses your environment. In terms of epigenetics, that's another discussion. It senses what's going on in the eternal terrain of your body and communicates it to the brain inside of your skull. 3 different ways to communicate to your brain. So the brain and the gut speaks. Why is the gut talking to your brain? Because the brain cannot function without information and instructions from the gut. You know where your third brain is? Your heart. 40,000 neurons resides in your heart. It's your feeling brain. Your feeling brain. Thinking brain in your gut, the sensing brain in your heart, the feeling brain. That's why we talk about being heartbroken. When a young man is heartbroken, you wonder why the sun keep on shining, why the birds keep on singing, why the days even begin to change. His heart is broken, and the world should come to an end. And many people are depressed because the brain in your heart is connected to the brain in your skull. And when what your heart feels, your brain feels. What your brain feels, your gut feels, and it causes chaos and mayhem in the body. Balance the 3 brains, and you live a better quality of life. Ladies and gentlemen, powerful information. Mankind has arrived at a place we have never been before in terms of the mitochondria. It is the miracle that gives your life and keep your life together. The mitochondria cleans up and maintains the toxins, the chemicals, electromagnetic frequency and radiation, modern day life. The mitochondria has to clean up that. When it is well, it can do that. When it is underperforming, can't do that, and we are drowning in our own sewage if you can't clean up your waste. As a matter of fact, Dr. Joel Furman is on record to say mankind has become a weaker version of human. Because we can't even clean up our waste. We can't fight bad bacteria. We can't even fight virus. We are a weakened version, and we have made it so. And we have never had more modern medicine and modern machines. You ever see some of those modern machines in some of these big, pretty glass buildings? And guess what? We are more sick now than before with all these machines and all those devices. The mitochondria enhances glutathione production. The mitochondria has its own antioxidant, glutathione. Can you imagine that? It helps it to mops up free radicals and such like, glutathione. It enhances the cell function. It makes heme to transport oxygen. It enhances your immune system activity. If the mitochondria in your white blood cells, because red blood cells don't have mitochondria, that's what I record. The mitochondria in your white blood cells, if they are weak, you can't even fight fly. If the mitochondria in your immune system is not plugged in and turned on, then you catch cold and flu, and you're overtaken by bacteria and viruses that comes and attack you, and you can't even fight. But when they are plugged in, operating on all 8 cylinders, up and running and fit and ready, it fights any virus, overwhelm the virus, and the T cells are able to capture those bad viruses and bacteria. Ladies and gentlemen, it enhances the immune system activity. It cooperates with the DNA of the human. Do you know the mitochondria has the collaterals to store information in the human nucleus? It has the integrity to enter there also, not only send information and instructions and codes, but the mitochondria often pays a visit, and some of them live there. Constant communication, human DNA, mitochondrial DNA to create homeostasis in the cell. It's communicating not only with the nucleus, but with every single organelle in the cell, the Golgi body, the rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulum, the lysosome, and the list of organelles. So like we have organs in the body, organelles are what we call the things inside of the cell. Ladies and gentlemen, it's amazing. It creates apoptosis. The reason why people get cancer, which gets into a tumor, is that the cell is so weak that when the cancer takes over the cell, it cannot cause cell death to kill the cancer. It's too weak to function as normal, and the cancer cell takes over and then take over the adjoining cells. After a while, it starts to form its own blood supply and make enzymes to get its own blood supply to feed the tumor. But when the energy to the cell is returned, it fights the cancer cells, which destroys the tumor and cut the supply of blood to the tumor, and it dries up. Hey, angiogenesis is what they call when they make new blood cells. But this has anti-angiogenesis properties to cut the supply of blood to the tumor and cause it to dry up and shrink. So anybody with cancer concern, you need to talk about restore and rejuvenate, how it can help you. So it fights inflammation, it fights infection, and it fights irritation. So much more about it. I have to pause from telling you about the mitochondria. And just to tell you some of the mitochondrial challenges: poor diet, sedentary lifestyle, chronic stress, worry and fret, toxic exposure, just aging compromises and challenges mitochondria. Chronic diseases. You are not sick because you're old. You're old because you are sick. Medication side effects damage the mitochondria. Sleep deprivation, inflammation, alcohol and substance abuse, and even more women nowadays are consuming more alcohol, just like the men, and they're developing the fibroids and PCOS and other type of endometriosis and other type of hormone imbalance problems, because the drinking and the alcohol damage not only the gut microbiome, but damage the mitochondria inside of the cell. So bear that in mind. Top 10 signs of dysfunction: chronic fatigue, muscle weakness and pain, neurological symptoms, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, schizophrenia, MS. Then the psychiatric symptoms of stress, anxiety, and depression. Ladies and gentlemen, it is caused by mitochondrial dysfunction. Gastrointestinal problem. Many persons have gut issues, gas, bloating, heartburn, acid indigestion, upset stomach, all kind of diverticulitis, Crohn's, celiac disease, and the cancer of colorectal cancer is the third leading cause of cancer in the United States of America. Heart problem. Your heart can't work well if your mitochondria don't work well. Now, you want your heart to work, because your heart has been working before you were even born. Things like diabetes disorders. Poor growth in children is caused by mitochondrial dysfunction. Hearing loss, vision loss, and problem. Mood changes and mental health issues are caused because of mitochondrial dysfunction. Immune system issues and autoimmune diseases. Ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly tell you about two powerful products. One is called the Ultra Mito Restore. The Ultra Mito Restore 3.0 uses the highest quality natural ingredients in their purest form. This proprietary adaptogenic formulation supports mitochondrial energy production, stem cell function, stem cell. Stem cells can't function without the mitochondria in it functioning well. When the mitochondria is empowered by the restore, then they can go to sites of damage, issues, and compromise, and begin to give you new cells for old cells and aid in the healing process. Stem cells, blank, unprogrammed cells, but have the ability to become any cell of any tissue anywhere in the body to fix that cell. Stem cells are ramped up to run to the place of damage, no matter your age and stage, and to fix it. So stem cells are empowered by this product and to create homeostasis, which is balance. Your body needs all 12 organ systems need to be balanced. Are your organ systems balanced? You see, here's the problem. We have 12 organ systems, and we have doctors and specialists for each of the systems then. Specialists for the brain, specialists for the heart, specialists for the skin, and guess what? All of them giving you their different medication. And they don't talk to each other about the side effects of these medications. And then the drug interaction cause problems inside of your body. And they don't look like, they divide up the body. The reductionist theory of the human body sectionize the body and cause damage in the body. But you have to look on the body as a whole. Anything that happens in one system, the what? Affects the other system. Ladies and gentlemen, look at it. We never go get an MBBS and we know this. And these guys, they are giving us doctors and they don't even get their doctors to understand the human body properly. It's not the doctor problem, you know. It's the system that writes the curriculum, that teach the doctors what they need to know. And then the doctors come at us, not even understanding the human body. They have 6 pounds of bacteria and want us to live sterile. No, thank you, can't think so. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have to know our body and check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. So the ingredients in this XDS proprietary blend: extra virgin olive oil, black seed oil, let's give it an idea, olive leaf, turmeric root oil, Panax ginseng root, cordyceps, spirulina, zeaxanthin, CoQ10, rhodiola, astragalus, L-theanine, cinnamon oil, frankincense, vitamin K2, 7, and vitamin A, vitamin D3. Ladies and gentlemen, the benefits of these superfoods are documented in terms of olive oil and black seed, their benefits: excessive fatigue relief, healthy blood sugar support, healthy blood pressure support, heart and cardiovascular support, general major organ support, weight loss support, healthy hair and healthy youthful looking skin, antiparasitic, antipathogenic, so things like virus, bacteria, mold, and fungus, it helps you to sort it out. Cholesterol improvement and immune response support, arthritis, fibromyalgia, etc. You are benefiting. So restore allows mitochondria to produce energy to outlast your longest day. It enhances the brain, vision, clarity function, mood enhancement, chronic stress reduction, deeper, more restful sleep. If you don't sleep, you cannot heal. Good sleep you need. Cellular detoxification and repair, immune system enhancement, body-wide support of major organ system, enhance the ability of the body to manage and maintain homeostasis, and causes the mitochondria to restore and regenerate and repair the body in terms of the mind and also the body. Ladies and gentlemen, Ultra Mito Rejuvenate, topical gem and balm. It works from the outside in and areas of specific concern. It is highly recommended for anything that affects your hair, scalp, or skin, any place on your body in an unwanted way. It also penetrates deep to affect tendons, ligaments, muscles, and joints that may be experiencing discomfort, mobility issues, lack of feeling, or poor circulation. Ladies and gentlemen, these two products works like Batman and Robin when you work the two of them together. One of them you put under the tongue, you restore, and then it is absorbed sublingually, avoiding the GI tract, the alimentary canal, the gut. It gets straight into the blood, straight to the cell in the body. But here's the thing about this, because we utilize what is called XDS, exponential delivery system. Ladies and gentlemen, this delivery system is so intelligent in your intelligent body that when it gets into your body, it gets into your organs, it gets into your tissues, it gets into your cell. It gets to the front door of your cell, asks for Mr. Mitochondria by name, and the mitochondria signs for the 44 plant nutrients that are found in the restore, and it then is used to repair, rejuvenate, revive, and rebuild the mitochondria, replace worn out dysfunctional mitochondria with new ones, and to repopulate the full complement of mitochondria to your cell, so the cell becomes well and the body will tell. Ladies and gentlemen, this is nutrition at its highest. We have never been this far before. We are on the Starship Enterprise. These gentlemen who knows how to send things out of space are now sending things inner space. And it's getting to the very heart of the cell and it's delivering nutrients to places that mankind has never gone before, because this is the first time any product, anywhere, any supplement, any nutritional, any medical product, any drug has ever gone somewhere there. This company is the only company that has a product that has the credentials, collaterals, and the skills to go to the mitochondria and to effect repair, rejuvenate, and revive, resuscitate, and rebuild. And when that is built, ladies and gentlemen, how about getting your youthful look back? This is how Stella got her groove back, by getting her mitochondria restored. Ladies and gentlemen, what is affecting your body? Could rejuvenated mitochondria help you? Them things that you're done, you just a come. Hope you understand that Jamaican parlance. But ladies and gentlemen, people who were given over to die, exposed to more mito, restore, and rejuvenate, and they are still alive and kicking and well. So ladies and gentlemen, we introduce you to the three wise men that's responsible for more mito. We talk about Mr. Roger Hill. We talk about Mr. Bevan Elliott. And we talk about Dale Bonnet. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Roger Hill is one of America's brightest stars. He's just a genius. He's always the brightest guy in the room from he was a child, a teenager, early university, and in his professional life working at NASA, the mathematical genius, sending and calculating different things to go out of space and to reach a desired destination. No dunce people can't do that. But one day, Pentagon showed up at the NASA doors and said, Mr. Hill, we are taking you over the mountain and we are taking you to the Pentagon because the military needs you, the Air Force needs you, the Army needs you. All of the operations of the American Army needs you. You're a genius and you're brilliant. We have heard about you and we need the best around here. So ladies and gentlemen, imagine the president, the vice president, the hierarchy of the American government wants the latest update on military status and how to do it. Guess who is the man in the room talking? Mr. Roger Hill, the CEO of our powerful company, More Mito. But guess what? He worked for them for 20 odd years. But when he had his issues, his love was to work with plants. When he had diabetes, he used his expertise, intelligence, to work along with Dr. Bevan Elliott. And guess what? being where he is at, he knows the top scientists. Dr. Bevan Elliott was a top scientist as far as he knows. Let me tell you about Dr. Bevan Elliott. Dr. Bevan Elliott is a Christian, just like Roger Hill. Dr. Bevan Elliott went to university. He got his scientific degrees, his PhD, BSc, all the other qualifications. He became a nano specialist, meaning he knows how to get things small. And he became proficient in that field. When he got all his qualifications and accolades and skills, he is on record to say, he went to God and said, God, see my qualifications them here now. What do you want me to do to make a product? Here is what he and Dr. and Mr. Hill wanted to make. What if we can help people to die from old age and not to die from disease? Look at that. That's their thing. That's their goal. We are going to help you, ladies and gentlemen. Look at it. If Mr. Roger Hill can send things to outer space, and the American government depend on him, and NASA depend on him, chances are you can depend on him to direct some of your medical concern. Oh, Lord, if you believe that, let me see somebody put some fire signs in the chat room. If what I just said a while ago made sense to you, if he can send things out of space, he is qualified to send something inner space. If the millions and millions of American soldiers and the hierarchy of the American government depends on him for information, is it possible that chances are he can help you to solve your health, medical issues too, based upon his expertise, along with Dr. Bevan Elliott? Ladies and gentlemen, what we have is not small. We have something the world has never seen. And then we have Mr. Dale Bonet. He used to work at Procter & Gamble. He left them years ago and says, I'm going to help people so that they want to gamble with their lives, gamble with their health, gamble with their wellness and their well-being. We're going to help people not to gamble, but to be sure about what they are doing. So here it is, Ralph, more Mito, the star player in the field of nutritional science. And let me stop here so that we can get some testimonials. Back over to you, Professor Major. Thank you.
Beverly?
Yes.
Go ahead, Beverly. Tell us about your miracle.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Yes. Well, I thank God for this product that's really put together to help the body of mankind. You know, I was introduced to this product by Miss Marvel Lindsay. And believe you me, I really love, if I don't love her for anything, I love her for this product. You know, I trouble with alopecia. The top of my head bald. And I tried everything and it will never grow. And after a couple of days putting the mitochondria there, hair start to grow. Oh. The hair begins to grow. That is one thing. I did have sinus, and I rubbed the mitochondria over my nose and, you know, around, and I realized I don't have a sinus again.
Hey.
And yes, and then I used to have this pain in my leg, and I rubbed it. The pain is gone. Then something happened. You know, they had the day my son was giving me a bowl of soup, just coming out the microwave, piping hot. And by accident, it spilled on me. And my leg was burned. And I was crying, you know, because it's burned. And then eating my leg. And it's like something said, put some of the Restore on it. And I just put it and start to rub it.
Mm-hmm.
And believe you me, the heat in my body just take time subside. And the next day when I looked, there was no swelling, there was no watery bump, nothing until now.
Ah, look at that.
My leg was just okay.
Look at that.
So I'm here to advise each and everyone. I have other things working on my eyes, you know, because I have retina detached. Yes, I see little improvement, but I really want to see the big one, you
Yes.
know? So still working on it.
All right.
So yes, so I know it's gonna help me.
Very
Right?
good.
My husband has diabetes. He did have blood clot in the foot, swollen, and all of that. Rub it on it, and it's gone. The swelling gone.
Uh-huh.
He has sciatic nerves problem. He could hardly walk properly. Now he's walking properly, and his eyes, he couldn't see properly to even drive at night. Now he can read without the glass. So this thing is not, we're not just talking about it because we have a mouth. We are talking about it because it is true. It's fact.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my son have some fungus behind his head that they get at the barber. And I take him to Dr. Hoover and Hoover. Over 5 years he have it. And nothing happened. Instead I get better, I get worse. And I just rub it with the Restore and the Mitochondria, mix them together. That the Restore and the, oh God. And I just rub them together, the gel and the liquid. I just rub them together and rub it at his head back.
Lady
And
Beverly,
it's about,
we're gonna have to call
you
you
hear
Dr.
it?
We have to call you Dr. Beverly now then. You open your own clinic.
Yes, and I just rub it at his head back, and the bumps are drying up. The fine one, because there's a big one there, and that big one was tough. That big one getting soft, and the small one they're drying up. Because I didn't even went to Chester and make an appointment for him to go and get it, you know, cut, you know.
All right.
But I don't really like this knife thing, so I'm happy Mitochondria come on the scene that he don't have to go to get it cut. It's going to dry it up completely.
Yes, yes,
you know?
yes.
And I just sorry I don't have money where I can order a big shipment of it. I don't want to order a big shipment
That's
that I
all
don't
right.
run out.
In time. God will bless you. And somebody
Yes.
do somebody to bless you. Very
Yes.
good.
So
Thank you so
you know,
much.
I'm just happy for it. Happy for Marva, you know, happy for Clive, you know, because Marva tell Clive tell me, and that's how it go on and on, you know.
Okay.
So yes,
Keep
and
on
I'm
going.
happy for you guys, you know, Reggie and you know Roger Hill and all of you guys who come together, you know, to make this thing work. I really appreciate you, and I will continue to pray for you guys.
Thank you
And
so
pray
much.
that more sick people will get well.
Ah, yes. Teamwork makes the dream work, as Dr. Clive likes to say. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
there you have it. Another evangelist. We're going to have to call her Dr. Beverly, because she's beginning to help so many people. Thank you again for tuning in with us and sharing that testimony.